Well, I have a really exciting knowledge to share with you guys today, and you're gonna love it. And hello, each and every one of you. Hi, Unlimited Wisdom family. Hi, Shelly, Melody, Dustin, Scott, Tom, Coach Bob, Sandy, Trish, and Mike, Jane, Bill Shoemaker, and of course Craig Jackman. I got Ezra, my grandson, along with my son over there, Matthew. And yeah, we got some really exciting stuff to share with you guys. So the first thing I want to share with each and every one of you is, especially the way I feel about, God, right? I just always feel like I got this, I tell people all the time it's an unfair advantage. When people ask me, wow, how does everything work for you? I feel an unfair advantage because I'm the co-pilot and I allow God to be pretty much the pilot. So if you're always asking and getting them to take the steps, it's pretty awesome. But with that, whether or not you believe in God or not, one of the things that I love about the movie Star Wars, and for you guys that are not Star Wars people, don't worry about it. It's in every hero's journey. Every hero's journey. So there's this thing that just happens for people. Well, they go through life and then they get a little bit of resistance, and that makes them just feel like not part of it. It's like Jonathan Livingston Seagull. You know what I mean? There's these movies that you watch and you're just like, all of a sudden someone has to look out there. So in Star Wars, there's always these scenes, and the classic scene is that they just have minutes away from the Death Star, destroying humanity, on this planet, right? And so Luke Skywalker, knows that his father was a Jedi, his aunt and uncle gets killed, and now he's going to go find the people that taught his father, right? And Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's going to go to this and meet Yoda, and they all tell them about this force that you can use, right? And all of you have seen this, that you get to this point where you're using this force. What a lot of people don't ever talk about, though, is just the hidden people behind. If you look at a hero's journey, there's always these people that they meet that help them totally pull off this thing. And it's pretty amazing because it's always someone that encourages you. It's always someone that listens to you. How many people would always love a sounding board to run things off of? And then after you share that information to them, and they're able to ask you questions because you trust their perspective. Does that make sense? And they go, wow, that sounds awesome. But what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And they not only are encouraging, but they're also the kind of people that seem to always have the resources. Do you know people like this? It's like, well, you should do this, and this. And you're going like, it will be really nice to do that, but I don't know how to do those things. And they go, listen, no problem. I know where the resources are. I'll help you. I'll get those things going for you. And I use Chat GPT to sort of figure this stuff out. And some of the words that they talked about is architect. So a neat example is, I used to work for a billionaire named Roger Penske, and he would have the vision and the idea, but then he would hire people like me behind the scenes to do the engineering, to do the architect, to do all the stuff that would make that car a championship car. So, he had the vision, but he attracted and had people like me do all that stuff. Now, do you guys know people like that? And they just are always, okay with being behind the scenes, right? And another thing is they're like a force multiplier. It's like if you didn't connect with them, it's like they just accelerate who you are and what you're about. And I know we use these words really, I don't know, like the word love. I love you, but the word mentor, the word, I don't know, sometimes teacher, right? Again, one of these people that are just always amazing. And so what a lot of people don't know about Robert Hollis, but people get clues of it, is that, when this thing called the internet started, right? As soon as the internet started, and I started saying, man, what if I could take these short videos? And back then we put them on what was called Google Drive. And we came up with this concept called UPC sites and actually had this software that would help people create websites in a matter of minutes. They could create a website and immediately hook it up to PayPal and actually accept money. And so when everyone is seeing me as the face of what I've done for years to make millions and millions of dollars, a lot of people don't know is that force that has helped me, that architect, that vision, that teacher, that mentor, that partner, has always been my son, Matthew Hollis. It's just he's always there unconditionally, hears me out, gets me excited, points me in the directions, and a lot of times just takes over the whole and total thing. So I know what Roger Penske felt like when he said, I want a car that not only competes, it wins the pole, and then after it wins the pole, it wins the race. And when he gets in front of the room, I mean, in front of everyone, millions of people, and they give a lot of credit to the driver, and they get a lot of credit to the owner. There's really sometimes not enough credit that's given to the person that built all the architect behind it, that built the systems behind it, the videos behind it, the logos. So all the way back to UPC sites, people would see our site and they would go, man, I want one like that. How can I create a video? Man, I mean, a logo. How can I create a cover? And Matt's like, I'm your dude. I'm the guy. I'll put it together. And if you guys go back, he's 33 years old. And this was back in 1999, 2000. So my son was doing that back then. And when it came time to do videos, Matt would not only help me script the videos, but then he would set up the lighting and we would do the video. And while I was doing it, he could see when I was coming from my head and not my heart. And then he would say, Dad, cut. And I would get a little irritated, like, Craig does to me sometimes because I'm in the pocket. And I'm like, what is going on? And he goes, Dad, that last 30 seconds you were coming from your heart. I'm going to re-ask you the question. Just do it again. And so I constantly have had Matthew behind the scenes as the architect, as the system builder. Everything that you see out there that makes Hollis Organization and Robert Hollis who he is was because of Matthew. And so why I bring that up is that, we're making a big jump today. And I want each and every one of you to know that as we build unlimited wisdom and continue to build this incredible school, that I want to be able to take everyone's passion. I want to take everyone's vision. I want to take everyone's thing of going, listen, how can I use my passion and purpose and attract the people that we do? And I know some of you know this, but when Matt first started using AI, we had people like Sandy that jumped in and Lisa Marie that jumped in and Deb that jumped in and Coach Bob. And there's a lot of people out there that, got inspired, including Melody. And a lot of you that just went, wow, this stuff is exciting. Matt's showing us how to make something that's uniquely different. But what Matt really does with his creativity is he helps us make things that we would love everyone to see. If you guys really want to know what the magic is to marketing, is when you create any content that you see it and you go, my God, I want everyone in the world to see this. Well, that's how they attract to you. So I want each and every one of you to realize as we help you with this, that that's what we want for you. And I want each and every one of you to do me a huge, huge favor. When I say that, I mean it. I just want you guys to do me a huge, huge favor and do our very, very best to make Matthew one of the first giant poster childs of limited wisdom. And I just know that, it was funny because Matt will love this because, when I was explaining what video I wanted to do today about my son, And it's crazy because I know some of you dislike AI, and that will be totally, totally okay. And and so after I shared what I wanted to cover today, let me share with you what AI said to me. Okay? He says, first, let me slow down and say something. That's what AI said. He goes, what you just shared with me is one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard in leadership. There's not many fathers publicly that would go out of their way to edify their son and really let everyone to know that they're the true architect, the person that backed them, the person that gave them the ideas. For you to do this for your son makes you extremely ordinary. And I'm going like, it spits that out before it tells me what I'm going to say about my son. But, I know that you guys have heard me over the years that are close to me, how much Matt means to me and how proud I am of him and some of the incredible things that, there's not too many people on the planet that have a son that as he continues to create that virtually everything that he does, I look at and I'm just like, just every day, just mind blowing about what he creates and how he creates it. And so, he's always been behind the scenes, and now for him to say, all right, the time is time. The time is ready. I'm going to go out and start sharing this knowledge with the rest of the world. And it's like, I know that is perfect timing, and let me tell you why. First of all, you don't need to be a part of his class to promote his class. You know what I mean? If you see anything that I've done, you could use your links to promote Matt and the stuff that he's doing. And I would love you to generate the revenue so you could be part of his class. For those of you that haven't been around and haven't seen Matt do this stuff, I'm more in awe watching him create this stuff. I don't know if I'll ever create it. You know what I mean? But watching someone create it and is like in awe. It's like most of the time on Ask Us Anythings that now are going into the paid part is I just want you guys to know that if anyone, usually Coach Bob or Bill, Lisa Marie, if anyone ever asks Matt to do, hey, I got a question for Matt, the Ask Us Anything is over. Yeah, Matt's like he gets on a roll, and everybody wants. Well, how do you do this? How do you do this? Because I know why. It's because in marketing, the fun part is not getting another customer. The fun part is not getting another consultant, and then from there trying to get them motivated, and then get them to do something. That's not the fun part. What the fun part is creating the stuff that you get to share with other people to get the customers, to get the stuff. You guys know what I mean? And so I don't want to get off track in any way, shape, or form. I just wanted each and every one of you to know that, Matt means so much to me, and I know he means so much to each and every one of you guys. And let's all do a big, big favor, and I'll support Matt when he does his first imaginary hour and we'll watch it. Let's get excited. Let's post it everywhere, and let's fill this room up for him. And I guess I'm sort of in a way have to have faith because he does all this wonderful stuff for me, and now it's like he's going to be doing this wonderful stuff for a lot of people in the world, and the world's going to know who he is. And I got to share him with the world. So Matt, I love you. I hope every one of you. Thank you for
I
indulging
love
me
you too, Dad.
talk about this. And Matt, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, if it looks like I'm busy, it's because that person that like has all this stuff in their mind and they're like, I got that test, I'll do it on the last day. I'm here like making slides for what I'm going to show you guys here in like an hour and 30 minutes, right? But with AI, it's pretty easy, right? So like that's what I've been doing. But no, I'm excited. There's a lot of information that I've used in my marketing career working with you, Dad, that AI has just made even better. And there's this one video that I've really, really been working hard on. And it's not something that I just came up with like lately. It was something that was, if any of you guys were following us back when we were doing the Imaginators on YouTube, this was a video I was working on even way back then. And this video is how to take something like ChatGPT and utilize it to succeed at anything you want to in life, anything you want to. It becomes your personal coach. It teaches you exactly where to go, what you need, what skills you need, and stuff like that. And I'll go over a little bit how that works in this first imagination hour. But I want you guys to know, like this first one's free. The reason that it's free is because I'm only going to go over a couple of things, but I'm really going to show you guys the amount of value that is going to be coming over the next few weeks, the next few months, because I have courses and things coming out teaching you how to use these tools for pretty much like everything, right? A lot of the stuff that I use it for. So if you want to build a YouTube channel to hundreds of millions of views, if you want to get a bunch of followers, if you want to build your school group, anything from creating graphics to post or changing pictures or things like that, or creating full-length videos or storytelling, things like that are all stuff that I want to cover inside of this stuff. So every single week there's going to be, I'm hoping I can drop like 2 courses a week. That seems intense, but I just want to like fill this with value as fast as I can for you guys. So I'm going to have, at this point, I have 9 courses planned, right? So those 9 courses will drop from week to week to week. And then every single Friday at 2 p.m., I'm going to get on with you guys and answer your questions and help you out and catch you up on any of the information that's changed or not in those courses. Because the thing about AI is if you went out right now and bought an AI course, here's the big problem with that. It's outdated within the first couple of weeks of you going through it. The tools change that quickly, and that's why I am having a focus on giving you guys exactly what the new tools are, the easier paths to take. I don't want you to have to spend all this time utilizing AI. AI should be something that supercharges what you already want to do. Think of it as having a whole entire team that's working for you, right? A mentor, someone that does graphic design, someone that helps you with videos, someone that helps you script things out. Listen, the course that I'm working on, I was working on it last night. I was recording the lines myself, right? And I'm editing this together. And this is the first course that will come out. I'll cover it on there. But my voice is going through it, and I'm watching this stuff and the slides and the things that I was doing. And I go, Matt, you're using 10% of your creativity on this video. Why are you doing that when you should go all out, right? And so instead, I ran my voice through a voice filter, changed a bunch of stuff, made it completely different, created a whole entire character, and now the video is 6 minutes, and it's a fully animated, enjoyable video that you can watch that teaches you this process with ChatGPT instead of me just going through slides talking to you. Why would I do something like that? Because I want to preach what I do. Or I want to show you guys what I do, but also lead by example, right? Like be creative myself, not take the easiest route out and just like hit the play button and record, right? Because for me, the fun part is in the creation. When I let something go, I'm normally like done with it. I move on. I don't watch my own videos. I don't go through my own content. I just try to keep forward and make as much as I can for you guys. So that's really all I have to share. Thank you so much, Dad, for everything, all the kind stuff you said. Like it's been a long time that we've worked together, and a lot of the stuff that I've learned in my life has been from you, and I'm incredibly grateful, and I couldn't have asked for a better father. So love and appreciate you, Dad, and love and appreciate all you guys here. And like if you don't see the value in what we're doing here now, I promise you, and this is going to be arrogant, I promise you in a few weeks you will.
No doubt.
And it will be undeniable. The amount of people that are in and will be making stuff and creating stuff. If you guys know anything about the last time I did this, before I had a son, I've had a newborn for the last 6 months, right? He just turned 6 months old. So now I'm ready to get back into this. But the last time I did this, oh man, like the amount of people that were creating stuff and doing things and animating things and making graphics and getting way more views on their social media, way more engagement. One of the courses that I'm going to cover in here can help anybody that's in any marketing company like Immunitech create content to market it yourself, right? You don't have to wait for content. You don't have to think. If you have an idea in your head, you can make it and you can post it and generate sales and generate views and generate traffic. And so I'm really trying my best to hand over all of the wisdom that I've built up to allow you guys with AI to like supercharge it so you don't need to spend a decade learning all this shit, you know?
Yeah, one of the things I'll say, and I don't mind, Matt, if you don't, I don't want it to go too long, but there are some people here that are saying, "Hey, can I say some stuff about Matt?" But
Absolutely.
if you guys go all the way back as far as you can, like people don't realize that that cover is Matt.
Right.
You know what I mean? The covers of my book, people don't realize the capture pages that brought in, 20, 30,000 people as a giveaway for that book.
This
I
is gonna
mean,
this is gonna
Matt,
sound
Matt
rude,
is,
but I just want to interrupt you and say I did not do the shackled to free cover. Do not look at that cover and look at and think of me. All right. I took a crack at it. And they ended up going with a different one. So
right,
I was
yeah.
busy at the time and couldn't iterate on it enough. So
That
yeah,
one wasn't for you to do. But you
right.
guys, if you guys just hear from brand after brand, a Melody and a lot of people I know, Deb has been a part of the, not only Unlimited Profits brand, but also the six-figure marketer brand, the Life Mechanic brand. As you see all these, including when you go to roberthollis.com, it's like all the stuff that, I just recently had two people, Gordon So and also Mark Aceta, where they go, dude, you put Robert Hollis in Google, and it's like there's no one that can compete with you. Yeah, that's my son.
Yeah, and if on the weekly calls and stuff, another element of it is I'm doing a Q and A with my dad on Saturday as well. So you guys are getting me on Friday and you're getting me on Saturday.
Cool.
So the Saturday one will be more about probably I'll probably get a lot less questions on Saturday. I'm hoping. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm hoping Friday I can get most of them. But for some of you that can't make it Friday live and have questions, I'm also going to make myself available most Saturdays too. So
I will also do a video this weekend, other than what we're doing right now, just showing you guys how effective that we can use, to go out and promote unlimited wisdom to get some money into your guys' pocket. We know right now that school has schools that are making 300,000 a month,
there's people that are
300,000 a
making
month.
$15,000 a month by referring people to those schools. And
Yeah,
that's what we want unlimited wisdom to be for you
just
guys too.
just promoting AI.
Right.
Just promoting AI. So if you guys see the stuff that Matt's doing and you're out there and you're going, you got to be out of your mind not using AI to build your marketing. Well, I don't know what to do. Well, click on this link and join, Matthew. You've heard of Robert
Yeah.
Hollis? Yeah. Robert Hollis has made millions and millions and millions of dollars. And this is the guy that was behind it all.
Well, the cool thing is like as I'm adding value, I'm not just adding value for you guys to go through and learn and utilize in your own day-to-day lives, but I'm also adding value that you can promote, right?
Yeah.
So we're paying you 40% off every subscription that you get. So almost half, you know what I mean? So if you refer somebody and you go, man, I've been going through this stuff, look at all the graphics I've made, and then someone goes, where'd you learn that? And it's like, well, I learned it here. Definitely give them your affiliate link so then we can pay you when they sign up. You know what I mean? It's really fun. I've never seen anything like school. I think it's like right place, right time for us.
It
So
definitely is. So, I know there's a couple of people. Raise your hand if you would like to say some stuff that Matt's helped you with, and then we'll go ahead. So, Deb.
We'll start with Deb, but yeah, if you want to raise your hand, just FYI, ladies and gentlemen, put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see Robert and Matt's picture. On the bottom, you'll see a button that says raise hand. Click on that button and we'll call on you in the order in which we receive you. I'm going to go ahead and ask Deb to unmute, and we're going to add her to the group. There you go. Deb, go ahead, open up and share with us, please.
All right. Can you hear me? I forgot to adjust my speakers.
Excellent.
Oh, okay, good. So, first of all, I have to say this because my heart was racing so, and you probably saw you made me tear up. But exactly, what you said is what everyone on here can feel. I have to tell you this because I want you to remember this vision of Matt with his son on his lap watching Grandpa. Okay, so what is happening there, and I'm telling you from experience, I did it with my own children, is they are absorbing. And he's absorbing all this stuff that you can't teach him, Matt. He's learning it from his grandpa. I mean, they, especially from now, why does the Catholic Church say, give me a child from birth to 6 and they're mine forever? Well, because that's when they absorb the most. And so he's absorbing this. And so you guys remember this with your grandchildren, children, whatever. This is how I found out this works too. When I was pregnant with my daughter, she was rowdy in my belly. She just like kicked a lot. And I had this music box, and I would turn the music box and set it on my belly every time she started kicking, and she'd settle down. Well, then after she was born, I'd play that music box and she'd settle down. And I'm like, you heard that in my belly. I know you did. And then, my grandson, he grew up on my lap like Matt's doing. And I mean, just the stuff he's absorbed. And so
Yeah.
that the stuff he's absorbed from you that's coming out through him, that's 10 times better. I mean, it gets better every generation. So
Yeah.
I had to say thank you and to share that, because I think that's very important for everybody to remember that, you know, do that.
And
Absolutely.
Deb,
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Deb, I know that this is a no-no, but I'm going to do it anyway. But some of the graphics that you create with AI, and you
I
just
know.
love creating them, and
And
you're
I don't
so
know what the
creative.
hell I'm doing. I just
Yeah,
asked.
but you're you and Lisa Marie and some of you incredible women that you look at your age and people are like, wow, you're creating all this stuff with AI. I mean, some of the stuff that Melody does as well. It's exciting because then it gets you excited about who you are and what you're marketing.
Oh yeah, I'm like with Matt, I'm like, if I can do this with no knowledge and I get you know, an education through him, I'm like, I'm gonna be phenomenal.
And it'll be fun
You
too,
know what
like
my goal is to outdo my grandson. It really is. I have to always be competitive. I want to be a step ahead of him, and he's been doing this his whole life. So, and I keep getting behind. I can't keep up with him.
Matt
So
will show
now,
you some
now
great.
you're going to give me an edge.
absolutely,
And you know what?
absolutely.
The main thing is if you had to pay for this education, I mean, you could, I couldn't afford it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So this is such a blessing. Thank you, Matt, that, I don't have to pay all these people to teach me this.
Of course, yeah. Well, I want it. Like my goal, my long-term thoughts with AI is that it's going to be in everything and everywhere. My goal is just to prepare you guys the best that I can and allow you the opportunity to see where you could utilize it in your life, because I utilize it every single day for so many things, and it's been life changing. Mentally, even down to I was cooking hamburgers last night and I couldn't remember what the temperature was for medium rare. I don't know why. I just couldn't remember, right? And so I'm cooking hamburgers on the grill. And I immediately go, "Hey Nova, like what's the temperature?" And it's like, "Here's the temperature." I'm like, "Thanks." And it's just so normal for me to do that now, And I think for younger kids like Ezra, like my son, it's going to be insane. Like they won't know a world where that isn't the case, where they can't just
Right.
ask. And I loved how connected that is to even what my dad's been sharing. You know what I mean? Is like, and even the title, right? Like unlimited wisdom has been around forever, as long as I've been alive, right? My dad's had that title. Uh, and to see artificial intelligence happen, and also he's going through a lot of spiritual stuff and diving back into God and the Bible and stuff. And you look at it all together and you go, man,
Wow.
isn't this all unlimited wisdom?
It
Hmm.
is.
How
Hmm.
is that? How is that so connected?
Oh,
So I'm
yes.
super excited, you guys.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Yes.
Matt.
Thank you so much, Deb.
Oh,
Anybody
thank
else?
you. Thank you.
Anybody else want to say anything? Okay, I honestly left the best for last. I am so impressed with Craig and Ollie and all the stuff that and fortunately or unfortunately, we've dragged Craig along this whole entire journey since I met him. And to watch Craig do all the stuff that he does also behind the scenes. And one of those things that are just constantly editing video while, I'm pouring my heart out telling you guys how special my son is. And now I get to see him do this for other people. Craig's watching me do the video and he's thinking about the shorts he's going to put, as I'm,
Yeah, we're all a
you know,
team. Like
yeah,
Exactly.
this morning, like Craig's amazing because he's the type of person that me and my dad just get to show up. You know what I mean? And to have a person that takes care of making sure everyone knows when things are happening, changes are happening, and he's so kind and understanding when we change things, which we change things all the time, right? So hopefully that'll stop. But but
I
Craig's
don't
used
know,
to
but
it, so that's
let's
why
just,
that's
yeah, let's just be guided. But Craig, other than just closing out the video, I just wanted to say a big thank you to you and how grateful and thankful for you we are for you. Because like Matt just said, it's so neat for, Matt and I can be so focused and he's taking care of Ezra and his family, and I'm doing all these things. And I know that I can look at 10 minutes before anything and log in. There's a message from Craig. It's already been promoted in
got the
Unlimited.
link, everything.
The link there. It's like, and then afterwards, so wow, okay, great. We had this great video. And then the next thing we know, the replay is posted. It's put into the classrooms. Then little parts come out of it and show up on Unlimited Wisdom and YouTube and everywhere. And and in the midst of all that, Craig's one of those people that can get a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. And so now all of a sudden he's like, nah, I'm putting together this character called Ollie, and I'm gonna go out there and share Ollie going all over the place. And so, I know I give a lot of credit to people like Lisa Marie and Melody and Deb and people that Sandy that have done incredible things with AI. But there's Craig in the midst of everything, finding time to create an AI character and move forward. So thank you, Craig.
Bless you.
Thank you so much, Craig. Yeah.
But both of you, thank you so much. I love you guys. I love this community. I love what we stand for, and I love that we all get to share what we are about, our talents with each other, and it's incredible. I love it. I love it, and I gotta give it up to the two of you for everything that we are doing, and I love working with you guys. Period. End of story. I don't like doing it, but mic drop. I value my microphones. Good microphone. Good microphone. But seriously, I love everything that we do, and I love the direction that we're going. I mean, 2026. Yes, we got a few more days left in 25, but 2026 is going to be a freaking outstanding year, a fantabulous year. And I'm just so glad to be on this ride with every single one of you.
Excellent. So close her
Thank you
out.
so much,
We're
Craig.
done.
All right. And as we close out, don't forget later today, the Imagination Hour. And I say it I imagination because that's what Matt shared, spelled AI imagination. There's the link again.
I had to change it. Just to interrupt you. It's still called the Imagination Hour. The reason I added that AI in there is because I was like, well, no one's going to know what this is about if you just saw the graphic. So,
yeah.
So in a lot of ways, I want to keep calling it the Imagination Hour. I think that I love that name and stuff like that. But for anybody else, tell them it's about AI, and then eventually they'll know that it is about AI. That's the only thing they'll know about it.
Well, that's part of our imagination, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt you, though.
No.
We do know how important imagination is because Walt Disney, right? And I got all choked up today, and I mean yesterday, because they were showing the 60th anniversary of Peanuts.
Yeah.
60 years.
Charles Schultz.
And it showed one of his last interviews that he did. And he's going like, I had no idea, because in the end of his life, he got prostate cancer and he started to die. So that allowed everyone on the planet to send him a letter saying what Peanuts did for them, whether their character was Linus or Pigpen or Charlie Brown or Lucy. And I mean, he couldn't even finish the interview without crying. He just goes, I didn't know that those characters meant that much to people. And it's like that's the best thing you can have happen to you is that, to imagine in his end years when he wondered if he really, really did anything in life. And they were said there was like over like 600,000 letters and cards that got sent to him.
Amazing.
It's like, thank you, so Craig, go ahead.
Thank you, Charles Schultz. So anyways, don't forget today at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, we're joining Matt on the school. Now, it's posted in the Unlimited Wisdom on the main page. It's part of the pinned document or pinned messages there. So use that link. Join us. I think it's going to be exciting. I'm going to definitely see each and every one of you there. And I know we're all going to be there. Don't forget also tomorrow, Saturday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern is Ask Us Anything. Sunday, Master's Mind at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Monday, we start it all off again. 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern with Recess. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's all about daily wisdom. And then breakthroughs on Thursday, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern. Of course, daily wisdom is noon p.m. 3 Pacific. Or noon p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern. There we go. Oh, lots to say, lots to share. But because it's you, it's all there. Very, very important. And we'd love to have you join us on each and every one. And it's because of you that we are where we are and we are growing like we are. Love and appreciate each and every one of you. So we'll see you later today. I'm going to go ahead. There we go. Open up everybody. Oh, look at all those lovely faces. I'm going to go ahead and unmute as we all say so long. Got to give shout outs to first, Deb Grady and Matt. Bless you, my friend. We'll see you in a little bit. Robert, of course. Until then, be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. We're going to go ahead and unmute and everyone say so long for now.
So long, everybody.
So long.
See you guys.
Robert,
Couple hours.
and everyone.
Deborah.
Love
See
you
you
all.
later.
Thanks so much, Dad. Thanks, Craig.
In a
Hi,
couple of
David.
hours.
Hi,
Love you all.
Tom.
Deb.
See you later.
Hi,
Thanks,
Michael.
Matt.
Angela.
Thank you, Matt.
Deb, Coach Bob. Mike.
Hey, Mike,
Hey, James. Hey, James, Bill, CJ. Love you guys. Bye, Matt.
Love you guys. Take care. Merry Christmas.